friends, this is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher. Today is November 26th. I hope you guys have been doing well. It has been at least a month, if not a little more, since I've been on here. I have been busy with my kids, model stitching, all of the things. So I haven't done a whole lot of personal stitching. I was mainly stitching on the model, which is now done and sent away. And then at nighttime, I was doing a little knitting. But since that has gone off to the designer, I have gotten back into my stitching, and so I wanted to share what I've been working on, stitching, and I have a little bit of knitting to share. But in the month of December as well, which is on Monday, I can't believe, I am going to be coming back with daily videos for my showing what I've gotten in my different Advent boxes that I have received and then or purchased, and then show what I'm working on and maybe some other things thrown in there. I kind of have a plan, but kind of we're gonna wing it. So the first thing that I have been working on since getting back to stitching is Comfort and Joy. This was it was previously an exclusive only at Country Sampler, and now I did see today that some stores have it for pre-order. And this is where I am on that. I was able to, so I started this last year, and I had most of the stones outlined, and so I was able to finish filling them all in, get the door, filled in the white on the roof, finished here, and started on that. And so this I would love to have finished this year, and that's kind of my goal right now, is continuing to work on this. I did go, and so this was a whip. I did go through my whips, and I kind of picked out one or two things that I'd like to keep going on. This is another one. I haven't gotten back to stitching on it, but I did pull it out because I felt like the two of these together would be very pretty. And this is something that was also previously an exclusive at Country Sampler, and now you can get it everywhere. And this is Winter Moon, and this is where I am on this. I don't have a board, so I'm trying to do it so you can't see it through, but this is what I have done on Winter Moon. So I'd like to get back to this one. I did start this. This is Bells Are Ringing by Brenda Gervais, one of her new releases. I did start this when Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, started it. She has since finished it. I started it on this piece of Pale Fawn, which is actually what she used as well. It is so tiny, my start, but I kind of felt like it was hard to see the pink that I chose because I did want to make it a little more pink. And so I did pull out a piece of Legacy from Picture This Plus, and I think I'm going to restart it on this. So that I have in a bag to do later. And then this is something I am going to work on December 1st. I, along with, I think, Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, is going to stitch this too. So if you have this chart and you haven't stitched it and you want to join us, it is very unofficial. But this is, I think it's called the Bells. Yep, the Bells on Christmas Day. This is the stitch. It's from this Blackbird book. And it's this one. I saw Sean, the Periwinkle Stitcher, finished it in her latest video, and it just made me want to stitch it. So I was texting with Holly, and she said that sorry about that. This is like the real life. She hadn't stitched it yet and wanted to do it. So I think she is. I am for sure going to start this on December 1st. So I'm excited about that. I have a couple linen choices. I have the called for, which is Oaken, but I feel like my Oaken is a little bit dark. My 36 count. So I have a 32. I don't really want to use 32. So my other choices are, I think that this is Fawn by Picture This Plus. I don't have the there's no label on it, which is why I think that that's what it is. So that's a possibility. Or this is my Oaken, which I just feel like is, I don't even know if you can see this. I just feel like it's really dark. So we'll see what I end up going with between those, but I am going to start that on December 1st, and I'm excited about that. And, oh, I have one more thing or two more things I have started and stitched on. It's been fun to just kind of not really have a plan, which is not like me. If you are a longtime viewer, normally I have a whole plan, but I've just kind of been flying by the seat of my pants, and it's been fun to kind of get back in the groove of stitching, pick up what I want to. I have enough decorations that I don't need to stitch anything, but I want to. And so it's been fun to not feel the pressure to have to finish something to fill a spot or something like that. So I did get this. This is from the new Punch Needle magazine, and I have a digital subscription, and I started this piece. The one thing I will say, and I can easily adapt it from the picture, is that in the picture, she has this white border, and in the chart, there is no white border. And in the chart from this holly leaf down, there's like a dark part, which I believe that is supposed to be kind of the framing in. I like how the picture looks. I'm using a 36 count. This is a 40 count, and it says it's fitting in a 5x7 frame. I don't know if mine, I didn't do the math. I just know it will, I had a big piece of fabric, so I started it. I really like how this frame is. I think it's really fun. So I am using 36 count old linen by XJU. This is stitched on dark mocha brown, but I feel like this is a pretty good representation of the photo. And so I just have a little small start on this. And this is actually in my Tilda fabric small folio that I got from Como Stitches. I'm in her Patreon, and she offered anyone who wanted to pre-order a folio or any of her bags in this fabric. And I did get a decent amount of this fabric to sew a quilt and whatever else. And I'll probably make some more of the like top zipper bags like this one for myself, but I knew I wasn't going to be doing that anytime soon, and I wanted to have something in that fabric. All right, in the last stitching part, thing I have are Saltboxes by Plum Street. And after seeing Holly, again, Mrs. Jones Stitches, we've been talking a lot, which is a lot of my inspiration has come from just chatting with other stitching friends and kind of finding my stitching mojo, so to speak. But I did start this, and this is a small one, so I feel like it'll be easy to kind of get finished. She on her Instagram, she posted how she was refinishing this, and I thought it was so cute. So I did pull last night from my stash. I just kind of went off of her picture, and then I pulled floss. These are all color and cotton. She didn't know what she used because it was from a while ago, but I felt like that was a good representation. I also just like this palette. So if any other Christmas things come out, I might use this color palette to stitch them in. And so I have a small start. This is on Harvest Wheat by Color and Cotton 36 count. And so I started this last night and worked on it a little bit last night and a little bit today. But I just think it's so cute. It's small. I love these salt box houses. I, at one point, was doing a stitch along with Lauren, the New Hampshire stitcher, and Kate, Cross Stitch Kate. And I know at least Lauren finished. I think Kate finished. They both have massively surpassed me. I kind of gave up. I was doing it all together and then whatever. So I'm excited to pick this back up. I for sure want to do the one with the houses, and I might even do this other one too. We'll see. But it's been fun to kind of just have a few different projects to be working on. And what I also have in this bag, and I haven't started it yet, is for the Jingle Ball, which is not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, is I did sign up for the Stacy Nash ginger class. And so I have this. I did buy the kit. And then I also signed up for the gingerbread man needlebook class, but I only got the PDF for that. So I'd like to start the ginger mouse, but I'm not in any rush. I want to watch her finish it, but I don't necessarily have to have it stitched. One other thing, and I pulled this out when I was going through. I did not, in my plan, when I said I would finish this, stitching a decent sized model was not really in my plan. And I am very grateful to have had the opportunity to do it. I enjoyed stitching it, but it kind of like changed my plan, so to speak, where I knew I wasn't going to have a whole lot of time towards the end of this year. So my original goal was to have the floral motif sampler done by the end of the year. I haven't done any more on it. I am leaving in the 2025. And I'm going to, in the month of December, I'm going to try to put in at least one motif a week. If I can get more than that, I will get more than that. But I'm going to just keep this is where I am. So now my goal is basically to just keep plugging along and each week putting in another motif so that I can get this finished. If I get it finished by the end of the year, that will be awesome. But what is kind of bringing me joy and inspiration is really starting some of the Christmas stitches. I've also been enjoying doing some knitting, and then my life has gotten very busy with my 3 kids, which everybody told me, and not that I didn't believe them, but I thought I would have other time. So it's kind of cut down on my crafting time. All right. So a couple of the knitting things I've been working on is, one of them is this, and this was a PDF, so the print is awful, but it's the Ooey Gooey Cowl by Andrea Mowry. And I'm using I guess you could say a conversion. The inspiration is from Bee Woolen, which is in Minnesota. And this is how far I am. It's kind of rolling because I am still working on it. And so you knit it as a tube, and then at the end you stitch it together to make it into the cowl. So this is how far I have gotten. It's very fun. The colors are fun and bright and pretty. And so I'm combining these two, which they are Ba yarn. This is a halo and this is a DK. And then this is my neutral. So the 3 of those together. And so that has been a fun project to work on. And I love pink. So when I saw on their Instagram, that was their choice. I thought I really want to do that. I also casted on my first sweater the other night. I haven't gotten very far, but I have been told that I'm already to a point where I have to look up what to do. But I was told that this was easy. This is the Felix Pullover by Savory Knitting. It's pretty straightforward. The directions are not too difficult. This is my start. And the yarn that I am using is called, it's from West Yorkshire Spinners, the Croft Shetland Colors. This is a Aran weight, which is exactly what the pattern calls for, and the color is olive berry. So, and this is the, this is the neck, and then I'm to the point where I have to do some short rows, I believe, and neck shaping, and I'm not quite sure what to do. So that's the next step, is to figure out what to do. But I love the color. It's really pretty, and it's been very fun learning something new and trying to figure it out. A couple of my other friends, Jody Simply Stitching Ocala, who is opening a brick and mortar shop. She has an online shop. She's opening a brick and mortar shop in Ocala in February, and so that's really exciting. And Felicia Floss and Blocks. They also have been knitting, and so it's been fun kind of learning together the knitting. The last project that I'm going to be focusing on the next few days is, this is also by Andrea Mowry, and these are the Ooey Gooey socks. And over the Thanksgiving weekend, every year she does a sock knitting challenge. I will be happy if I get one of them done. I have yet to get any socks done. These are the socks. They're the same. It's the same pattern as the cowl that I'm doing. And I am doing them in these two colors. This was a kit I bought from Farmer's Daughter Fibers, and this is what one of the socks that Andrea did. This is Spin Cycle, and this is a Farmer's Daughter. And so all I did the other day is I just casted them on. And so I have the tiniest little start. I just wanted to get it started so that starting tonight, I can try to work on them. So I have said, if I can get both of them done by Monday, great. I really don't think that's going to happen. So my goal is I'm trying to at least get one of them done. I don't know if that's going to happen either, but we can dream, I guess. So that's all of what I have been working on, cross stitch and knitting. And then one thing I did want to share before I am done is that I did purchase this bag, and this is from Tan and Casey, and I'll show you what the name is. This is the name. And so I did purchase this bag, and it just came today, to put my Advent knitting project in. And so one of the Advent calendars I got is the Moon Glow Yarn Company Advent. And I'm pretty sure that that is the kit that I'm going to use to create a project during my Advent videos and over the month of December. I'm 99% sure. And I know the project I want to do, whether I use that yarn or I use different yarn, that's what I'm trying to figure out still. But I wanted to put that project in this special bag. So when I come back on Monday, December 1st, I will have my Advents to open. I will show you what I decided for my Advent knitting project, and then I will have some cross stitch. And I was just watching, I've been kind of getting back into watching Flosstube and some knitting podcasts, and I was watching Hobbies of Holly, and she has a great video that just came out with different Christmas stitching ideas. And I also just watched Christy Crosshatch Quilts, and she showed a couple that I have that I forgot about that I might want to start. One of them being Peace on Earth by Shakespeare's Peddler. So after I'm done with this, I might go grab that and get that going. But like I said, that one Plum Street piece, I really want to get that done this year. Whether I have it ready to be put up this year, I don't know. But if I can at least get it stitched, then I can get it to the framer. And I think that that's all for now. I hope you guys have been well. I know we're only going into December, but thinking to January, I really don't. I might just have a year of kind of no plan, which is not like me. There are some charts I know are going to come out because I've seen them as retreat pieces. One I just ordered today from Hollis Hands Creates. It's the Blackbird design book. It has the sampler with the blue house on it. I think it's called the Wallace Sisters, maybe. I love that piece, and that might be a January start. I also have another Blackbird piece that I already own that I'd like to start. So I just have some ideas. I still have a basket going upstairs of things I want to start. We got Autumn Moon kitted. So we'll see. And it might, like I said, just be wherever the wind blows is what happens. So we'll see. But I will be back for sure on Monday, December 1st, with my knitting project, my advents, and some cross stitch to share. So hopefully you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.